and we should now be live. Good evening, everybody. Yes, there we go. How are we all doing today? Let's just put that to performance mode. Let me know if the game is too quiet or if I'm too loud in the chat. I'm going to give people time to drop in before we get going. Right. Yes, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, and welcome back to Isla Sorna, actually. Sorry about the cough. I'm still suffering my COVID cough, so I do apologise. And yeah, we are on the Isla Sorna map, which is a map that I have not really done very much with since the game came out, primarily because I just haven't really enjoyed this particular map. But I decided, with the new DLC and everything, I would give it a go. I've already made a start. We got our entrance here. And I've already made a start with those lovely new pieces that we've received from the new DLC. And obviously the new lighting systems that we have in the game as well, which I'm going to be using as we build the park. Obviously I am building this with mods on. So if you're a console user, I apologise for some of the things that you might not be able to do yourself, but hopefully as I build the park there'll be plenty of things to inspire you as we go along. Now obviously the lagoon is also already built here with our wonderful little fountain display and our trees and so what. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick this into daytime because it's just going to be easier to build during the day. And it looks like so far Styxosaurus is going to win the vote. But before I close that, I'm going to figure out what to do down here. We need to put the first shops on that into the park before we can open it. So, amenities. Do say hello in chat as well. I am, if you are watching. There are people here apparently. Right. First amenity I'm going to want to have over, I don't know, maybe here. Yep. Aim for the Las Vegas Strip in terms of flashy. Well, I will. I'll do my best. We need at least one more. That doesn't necessarily have to be the same size, though. That is the same size. Medium. Eh. But we'll stick to the large. Hello, Dino King. Can use the purple sticks over the 3 bioluminescent colours. I honestly don't think the lagoon is big enough for 3. I reckon 2 is probably as big as we'll get away with. There we go. Lovely. Let's see, we'll stick with the panels. We'll give it a wood roof. Entranceway. Let's go with that one. Have the entrance on the side for that one. Have this one as the upstairs. I'm thinking maybe the fountain for this one? Nah, not the fountain. Yeah, we'll go with that trees. This is the shop, so we'll go with toys for that one. Oh, you meant third, not number 3. Okay. I mean, the Styxo certainly came with quite a lot of nice skin options. Why is that not... Oh, I see. That's the problem. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Lovely. So the point of this particular park, it's not a site. I know I've called it a Site B in the title, but the point is that it's not a Site B in Jurassic Park terms. I want this particular park to sort of represent what would happen if Jurassic World hadn't failed miserably. And hello, Dino Army. And so, yeah, what if Jurassic World hadn't failed miserably, and then what could have happened after that? And this whole park is sort of, the idea is that Jurassic World can't expand any further, because actually if you look at the maps and everything, they've pretty much occupied most of Isla Nublar. So the only possible place that they can expand to is Isla Sorna. So the idea here is that they're building a park on Isla Sorna to kind of act as a second resort, and you'd probably go here. To get here, you'd probably have to pay more, and there would be dinosaurs and facilities and stuff on the island that you wouldn't get on Isla Nublar. So that's the aim of this particular park, as it were. We want it to be a kind of a second Jurassic World resort. Hello, Riley. Let's go with those trees. This is the actual restaurant, so we'll sushi. Let's make it a burger joint. I forgot to do this one. I broke my own rule about you should always build one amenity, then alter the colours and everything, and save it, so you don't have to mess around with the rest. But there we go. So this is our sort of first guest area. Just going to put in trees along the back. There we go. This is basically our park entrance, or the resort entrance. I want to keep this lake, and what I'm thinking is we'll have a dinosaur species here. Not sure which yet, but we'll have a dinosaur species here. And then I'm thinking the path will go in a straight line to the lagoon from here and from here. This side will be higher than this side, and we'll do some landscaping with the bit in the middle. But yeah, that will be in a second. So Styxosaurus pretty much seems to be the suggestion. So let's go find my dinosaur manufacturing. So, Styxosaurus, I'm actually going to need my dinosaur database spreadsheet up so I can have a look at the skins. Recent. There we go. Styxo. So I pretty much like the Svalbard on this, which is sort of a sea blue. And let's go with yellow, black glow, white, green glow. Let's go with the Pulcrana, which is the white, green glow. So I'll have one of those. And the other one will have, let's see, navy blue, pink, brown, tiger bread. Let's have a tiger bread one with Papurana. So that's Scambia with Papurana. Oh, aggressive and vulnerable. Meh. There we go. Right. We'll get them airlifted over. Here we go. Now while we're waiting for that, what I want to do with the lagoon is I'm going to turn this into a volcanic fault line enclosure. I'm okay, Riley. How are you doing? So, let's start with our bubbles. We're going to start with one there, and then one there, and then we'll put one turning off there. Yep, that looks good. And then we're going to go with the volcanic vents. So we'll have one set of vents there, and a set there, one sort of in the middle, and another one in the middle. Yep. And then we'll go back to the bubbles. So we can have that one and that one, and turn it slightly. Who is watching? Hello. You right?
We actually finished it. It was literally like a 10-minute thing. Oh, we're gonna do next.
Oh, okay.
We done. Because DM has not aired.
Yeah, Han and I am trying to stream, so.
What's up behind us?
And ended in sort of volcanic vents there. So we've got a kind of a fault line stretching across the bottom of the lagoon with some volcanic vents at either end. I kind of don't like the way it just ends there. I'm also loving the new update, Riley. These lagoon decorations are definitely filling in some gaps. There you go. The only thing I don't like is how easily we go above and below waterline. So it's can be a bit disruptive sometimes. What I want to do also is I want to hide in these in these bubble generators if I can. One, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want to do is make it look like there's actual lava underneath here. So I'm going to turn, just give these some coloration. Make this one a bit more red. Make that one red and orange, and a slightly darker orange, red. Actually, I think we'll make, if we make them all red, maybe have the occasional orange. Yeah. So it'll look like there's lava underneath these fault lines, which is very nice. Do you like the volcanic vents? Does the expanded scenery mod UI also just like clicking around and you click on it? Expanded scenery. I haven't tried that yet. Oh yeah, the expanded scenery mod does flicker around a bit. Yes. Yeah. So obviously, expanded scenery hasn't been updated, Tarek. So we got one Styxo in here. We better go and grab the other one. Okay. Right, while we're getting the other one in, let's get these path pieces actually connected. So let's go out at a 45-degree angle from that one. And same thing for down here. Yeah, and then I'll figure out what I want to do with this side of the area in a minute. I kind of just want to get the park running and open first of all. So let's actually just open the park. There we go. Hopefully we'll have people coming in. What decorations to use for this sort of... Actually, no, I can't decorate the area around the lagoon until I figure out how I'm connecting the lagoon to the rest of the park. So, obviously I need to think about that. Let's... go with... okay, that's just going to end up as a dead straight line. There we go. Just make that a little thicker. Got a few nasty bits of path there, but that's fine. And I don't know what we'll do with this bit. We could turn this into a garden, or we could landscape it. I'm not sure yet. Do we actually have people coming in the park? We do. And they're just wandering from one to another. I know for a fact you can walk through here, though. Because my camera, my man goes straight through. So I know that it works. It shouldn't interfere with it shouldn't interfere with I know for a fact you can go through. This is definitely connected. So, yes?
You barely hear me clipping.
Yeah, I've turned the gain and stuff down. Maybe it's because we don't have anything. I don't know. I'm actually going to delete these. See what happens. Yeah, no, they still don't walk through, even with them deleted. Why not? Oh no, there we go. They are now walking through. So yeah, those buildings do interfere with people, even though they weren't interfering with my first person camera. How odd. And some are still going straight into there and not going through. Must be a way to fix that. Yeah, restroom facilities, whatever. I cannot. Aha, now you're all trapped in the park. They cannot escape. See, I am damn sure that these should not interfere with anyone coming in or out of the park. I think it's just being fussy. I mean, if you absolutely have to, we'll just have like a value ticket, $60 for a lifetime stay. Exactly. For you, special price. There we go. Hello, Guillermo. Welcome to the stream. I mean, it shouldn't interfere with them. People are in the park now. I mean, they're not even going up there to view the Styxos, really, so screw it. I'll just have like another entrance somewhere to get some more people in. It's the look of the thing that matters more than it actually working. Right. So, decorations for this particular area. I kind of want to go with the palm trees. I want some more trees over here. Yeah. Palm trees are all good. And then I'm gonna go with wiggly thing, palm tree, wiggly thing, palm tree, wiggly thing. Same thing over here. I don't really use the wiggly things very often because of their unusual shape. They're just kind of useless if you like symmetrical parks. Nice. And we should have some very showy. Very cool. I definitely think the lagoon decorations work the best. I actually don't like this particular type of gallery because you have those horrible... You have those horrible bars over the front. So I may have to use that one. Let's have a look. Let us go down. That's far better. We can see a lot more of the lagoon. Hmm? It's just got a bit more of a pronounced size to it. That's gonna annoy me. It's not a dead straight route. Ah, see, I built everything prior to the stream starting. Do I want a cup of tea? A cup of tea would be amazing. Here is my cup. Thank you. Good suggestion, Rosie. Right. Let's for now just stick with a simple. There you go. Just stick with a simplicity is sometimes the best way to go. No need to make things more complicated than they ought to be. So yeah, the lagoon decorations, they're nice to have, but I think they're very limited. I think that there's a few different problems with them. First of all, the lagoon decoration pieces are quite small, and as a result, I think you don't really get much from them because of their size. I also think that the lagoons themselves are too big. And I think the decorations work the best when they're in a small lagoon where you can see them. Because otherwise, I think, for a lot of the time, you're not going to see the decorations that have been included because they're just too small. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have some invisible fencing going through the water. Like that. And then we're going to have... just trying to think, how are we going to allow people to see the dinosaurs here? Let's have... I kind of want to make this thicker here. Just think really narrow paths don't look as good as quite thick ones. Plus also it gives you the option of having decoration in between them. So we'll put some decorative elements down here. It's actually been a while since I played Jurassic World Evolution 2. I've been playing Skyrim and stuff more, so trying to get back into my mindset about everything. I'm actually annoyed that not more people are going to come in the park, so I will actually think about an additional entrance. Probably over here somewhere. So if we're going to have a small-ish dinosaur here, let's go with... That's a very large viewing gallery. Well, actually, I like the idea of having it there. The end of the water. So let's have that there. We'll connect it up to the fencing. Have it there. And do the same thing over here. I'm not going to have it go right up to the edge of the path, because that's just not very safe. So we're going to put just a bit of a gap. And again, that gives us the opportunity of having decorations. There we go. So we need a small-ish dinosaur. I think we'll go with a herbivore for this particular enclosure. Any suggestions? Didn't wait that long. Min-mai. We could do Min-mai. It doesn't have to be that small. We could go for something that's more medium-sized. I mean, this park is supposed to be like a more expensive resort that you go to instead of Jurassic World. This is like where you are gonna see some species that you might not have seen on Isla Nublar, where they would have all the big, you know, stuff that people are gonna pay good money to come and have a look at. So, is Triceratops a herbivore? It is indeed. Just gonna put some flower boxes. I have like a couple of torches. Yeah, I'm okay with that. fill in under here. I mean, we know Triceratops is on Isla Nublar, so as much as I love Triceratops, we want some species on the island on Isla Sorna here which are going to not be the same. Crichtonsaurus. Crichtonsaurus is definitely different. Let's make this a bit more sandy. And I want to put in some flowers under these trees. Yep, not going to add any more. I might have to do it manually. Ugh, decorations tab. Do we not have a bigger bush than that? Really? That's pretty naff in terms of scaling. Oh well. For now, until the mod gets updated, that'll have to do. Cryolophosaurus is like... Dinosaur King, do you just not like herbivores? Alamo is not small. Dinosaur King. Small herbivore. Something that is not on Isla Nublar that is going to sort of get people to come to the island that is not too excessively, thank you, that is not too excessively large or anything. Something that you'd see at the beginning of the park. Cosmosaurus. That's more like it. Casmo. Yeah, actually, let's go with Casmo. Cosmosaurus. Best skins. Yukon River and Kalkaran. We'll have a couple of that one. And Sonoran Desert and Pulkrana. We'll have to do that. Ugh. I wish Frontier would figure out what's wrong with the vegetation and its shadows, because I really hate the frame stuttering you get when you move quickly over them sometimes. What should we do with the biome here? Let's get this decorated for our dinosaurs. Hello, sarcastically. Welcome to the stream. A few rocky patches. Right, let's put in our trees. have a few of these. What even are these things? Don't know even what those are, but we'll have a few of those in the middle. We'll have a few generic trees over here. Not too many, as we are a bit close to the helicopter. And we'll have a few more down here. Down here. Maybe just a few of the ginkgos, because everyone loves a ginkgo. Excellent. Put some flowers in. Good, good. Flowers. Lots of lovely flowers. Yep. Some fiber in the water, especially under that. No, wrong brush. That wasn't the fibrous one. I thought it looked weird. What do our Cosmosaurus eat? Oh, I've forgotten. Ground leaf. What's ground leaf? Leafy climates. Patch there, patch there, patch there. Some around there. Some over here. There we go. And then I want to put in some dirt. Not too dark. Just a little dirt around vegetation patches to make it actually look like the dinosaurs have kind of, you know, been wandering around. We'll put in some flowers around here. Because it's a little sparse. There you go. And just because I want this park to be kind of semi-realistic, I'm actually going to put in a security camera here. With the idea being that obviously you want to keep an eye on them. Make sure that no one is sort of jumping over these planters to get inside the enclosures, etc. We've got two more Cosmosaurus, don't we? Where are they? I think the Cosmosaurus could probably live with something. So have we got another suggestion for a dinosaur to live alongside? Are you two having a fight? Why are you two having a fight? I'm just going to have a slurp of tea. I think Coritho was on the main island of Isla Nublar, Guillermo, so... We want some things... Dryosaurus, the Spino stuff. I feel like Dryosaurus is a bit too generic again. Like, we want this island to be posh enough that it's bringing in people from... You know, that are going to be paying good money to come and have a look at this particular park. So I feel like we need Aulora Titan. We could do Aulora Titan. I mean, it's definitely show-offy enough to bring people in. Aulora Titan. Let's see. Best skins. Yeah, I've got some good skins for Aulora Titan. Let's have like 3 Aulora Titans. Because again, I don't want to overload the enclosure with too many species. I think that's something... So that's another mistake I see people make with some of their parks, is they absolutely ram as many dinosaurs in to the enclosures as they can possibly manage, and an enclosure with too many dinosaurs in it just looks overcrowded. You want plenty of room. Myosaurus. Sarcastically, are you trying to get my back up? You know that Myosaurus is a terrible dinosaur. Kind of want to do some sort of... I don't know, it's only the first enclosure. That's fine for a first enclosure. Let's sort out what's going on down here while we're waiting for those. We want some seating areas, I think. I think we'll just go with some some palm trees in there. Not that one. Not that one. Do we have one that's a bit shorter? Ugh, okay. That's okay. Kind of need to do the same over here. Chunkingosaurus. A poor old chunking. I think there are quite a lot of dinosaurs in this game that get quite a bad rep. And most of them, I think, are the ankylosaurids. And some of the other stegosaurs. Chunkingosaurus, Hawangosaurus, Nodosaurus, Triton, Euoplocephalus, Ankylo. Whenever I watch Evo do her streams, there are a lot of dinosaurs that no one ever seems to mention. And I think that's kind of upsetting. I think there are some genuinely good dinosaurs which people don't seem to to like. I always feel sorry for them. I don't want to put in my usual thing there. I think just down this central alleyway, we'll just do no, not those. Not those. I don't know. Actually. Maybe fountains? Fountains are a bit much. I don't know. I'll leave that clear for now. I just wanted to give this area some proper seating and such. I love all the Ankies. Ankies definitely won't get enough love. No. Spino stuff. They really don't. Nodosaurus, Ankylosaurus, Euoplocephalus. What's the other one? Sauropelta, They all seem to get kind of ignored whenever dinosaur suggestions are brought up. And I can't really understand why. Is it because they're not very interesting? I don't really think ankylosaurs are boring. Is it maybe because they just don't have very good skins? Because they don't. Ankylosaurs have some of the worst skins in the game. I feel an Anky-only park coming along. Why not? I'm liking this so far. I just don't quite know what to do. I feel this is too flat as we head up towards the lagoon. I want there to be some terrain difference here. It's too flat. So let's slope down this side. Ooh, that was too much. Is that too much? Is that too sloped down? What does the water say is the natural level here? Water says the natural level is 1 step higher. Okay. Do I cut this out completely? No. I just want this to be kind of some landscaping here. Let's smooth out that so people could actually legitimately... I don't like that. That's better. That's just about what I am happy with permitting. I don't know what we can do down here. It's not really big enough for an enclosure, I don't think. Ah! Don't know. I feel a bit torn on this centre bit. I think I'm going to get away from Site B challenge mode for a bit before the next one. What map is this on? Says Toasted Burritos. This is Isla Sorna, which I have not built a park on yet since owning the game. So I'm giving it a go. And now Aulora Titan is in. Oh, with the lovely black and orange skin. Yes, that is one of my favourite skins. Do they have things to eat? They have ground fibre, which is fine. Excellent. Yeah, not too many dinosaurs. None of them have escaped. We've got a complete boundary around. All good. Nice. Very good views. So I'm happy with that. I'm just not happy with how they get from sort of the entrance zone of the park to the lagoon. But I can think about that later. Now, I've already decided what I want to do over here, because this is kind of too narrow, really, to do anything with. So I want to create a sort of pathway through the forest. And I'm going to line it with some of the new lagoon decorations to give it a kind of a grandiose feel. So let's just put in the path to start with. Let's see, I'll sort of start it around here. I'll just have it curve gracefully around to about there. And then I want to make it just a little thicker. Which side do I want it to be thicker on? Actually, I think either side works, I think. Okay. To be honest, I kind of would like to see Stegos. The Axe Fratel. Oh. Is that the new one? I know, so it was only this, was it last year or this year it was discovered, that one? It's certainly an odd one. You. Why are you doing that? Ah, there you go. That's better. Nice. That'll do. Obviously, I'll decorate this path with plenty of extra bits in the middle. But for now, I just want to kind of add in the pillars that are going to run down along this. What we really need is the Styxosaurus. I do miss the Styxosaurus. So I'm going to put each one roughly, actually not as large as I thought they were. We can have one there, and one kind of opposite. Could even probably get away with having like one in the middle. And then I want to have flags, which I know says Jurassic Park on the flags, but I feel like there's nothing wrong with mixing it up a little bit. And 2. And then we'll go back to the flaming pillars. And then go back to the flags. Like that. And then go back to the torches. And actually, we'll just keep repeating that, really. So it basically ends with the flaming torches. Okay, so we have this pillared walkway all the way through, and then we'll just put in trees up to it. There we go. So we have this lovely walkway down here, which will look even better in the night time. And actually, I really like how that looks already. The Ankylodocus. The Ankylodocus is not a dinosaur I miss. Out of all of the hybrids that they kind of invented for that particular DLC, it's not one I miss. I think instead of Ankylodocus, I would rather we actually just have Styxosaurus, which is a legitimate armored sauropod. What we need is an enclosure with the movie skin Ankylostego trike. The problem with that Dinosaur King is it's not keeping with the theme of this particular park, which is that it's supposed to be a Site B. It's supposed to be a second resort. And you're not going to have the exact same animals on one resort as the Isla Nublar resort. The point of this park is that we're supposed to be attracting people who want to spend a bit more money and end up with an experience of seeing, you know, something new. Not something that they could just see if they went to the cheaper Jurassic World. You got the so the new sauropod will be one of the dinosaurs that we are gonna add. Yes. Connecting up these areas of the park is going to be a pain in the backside, I think. I kind of want to do some little, like, I need to start doing more of this. What Evo does is she has like little sort of gaps in big plazas where she sticks vegetation and stuff. I mean, I used to do gardens quite often, but hers just looks better with all the actually kind of, what's the shape of a dinosaur footprint? Kind of like, basically it's kind of like a circle with 3 bits coming off it, isn't it? So we'll just have lots of, make this like a big plaza garden sort of affair. Lovely. I do think the Pachyrhinosaurus is underused. I don't like the Pachyrhinosaurus. I don't think I ever forgave the one that was racist in my first playthrough. He just would not let the other coloured one be happy. He just kept hurting him. And I got sick to death of having to constantly heal him. It's like, Joffrey, no. It's a ridiculous reason. It's a perfectly valid reason. I let a whole bunch of Dilophosaurus starve to death when I tried challenge mode on Jurassic World Evolution 1. I was so sick of them escaping, I tranked them all and decided to just let them starve to death. Because I was so sick of them being a nuisance. Me and challenge mode on the first game never saw eye to eye. I thought it was a lackluster addition, and it did nothing to change my opinion. It was a game mode I don't think the original game even needed either. This game, the challenge mode, is basically the campaign. And it plays so much like Jurassic World Evolution 1's campaign that actually I kind of like it. To a point. There's only so many times you can do the same thing over and over again. And that is inherently the problem with challenge mode, is the fact that you literally have to start the whole annoying process and grindy process of getting dinosaurs and everything else over and over again the exact same way every time. And I feel like Frontier are still missing the point of the game that they're trying to design. Like, every time with both Jurassic World and Jurassic World Evolution 2, it seems like they kind of assume that people who play these sorts of games are people that want things like challenge mode. Whereas most of the people that play these games are just park builders, like the same people who play Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster. We're just people that want to build a dinosaur park. We don't want to mess around with challenge modes. Especially challenge modes that are so dull. Like, none of them were really that interesting as challenges go. Anyway, I'm ranting. It would be named Joffrey. Someone suggested I name it Joffrey. It was not my fault. I've actually decided I know what I want to do with this particular part of Path Network now. I'm just going to ignore all of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down in the middle. Not too far. If I kind of moved that along a little bit, I'd have extra room here. So I was thinking about making this an enclosure, but it's a bit too narrow for me. I like challenge mode in Jurassic World Evolution 2. In Jurassic World Evolution 1 it was too easy. I like the campaign in JW1 and JW2 it was ridiculously short. and hasn't gotten much better. No, it really hasn't. The campaign in this game is a joke. And not a very funny one. And to be honest, I still to this day do not understand why they made such a bad... like... They made a fairly decent campaign on the first game. So what exactly did they think was wrong? Because for the second game, they've changed all of it. And made a rubbish campaign. I mean, I think part of it was probably the fact that they weren't allowed to spoil anything about Dominion. I still think all the content we got for the Dominion DLC was sold back to us. That it was going to be content in the base game. I think they've just cheekily sold it back to us, which is, you know, what video game companies do these days, so I'm not going to criticize them too heavily for that. It's just one of those things. But yeah, why won't you be a straight line? Just struggle to understand how they made some mistakes in this game, which in the first game they didn't get wrong. Okay, that's better. It actually kind of joins up to the lagoons better as well. So I'm happy with that. Good. And I know to a lot of people this looks like I'm wasting a lot of space I could be using for dinosaurs, but really, it's the simplest thing you can do to make your parks look better. Is waste space. Don't make everything about dinosaur enclosures. Ah, hello Fallout. I'm going to be going for another hour or so. It's only 1:15. It definitely seems like starting my streams later definitely seems to appeal to people. So I think I'll probably stick to this from now on. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, now is the perfect opportunity to like and to subscribe if you are new. Got plenty of content, not just from me, but the other members of Tricore Gaming. We play all sorts of things, we're not just a dinosaur channel. Here we're going for, we're just gamers. And we play all sorts of games. In fact, at some point I do need to do another War Thunder video. Right, that's better. I'm happy with this now. It's an appropriate size. It's not too small. We've got the natural defense of a rock wall between between our guests and the dinosaurs. So I think we'll make this one a carnivore enclosure. I'm not going to put the Australovenator in here. So no one suggested. Different carnivore for this particular enclosure. There you go. That's good. Oh, of course, it's not completely 100% the right depth for water. Of course it wouldn't be. water in this game is so fussy. If real life water was as fussy as the water is in this game, the Titanic would never have sunk. Okay. Natural defences around here need to be fairly chunky because we are going to have a carnivore here. And what we'll do is we'll have some open-ish sections where we can improve the view for people. But most of this enclosure is going to be quite highly fenced. And then here we'll have like invisible fence barrier that people can more easily see through. Same for over here, so donk. Obviously, if Kaiadenic's mod had been updated, I would probably just use lower fence. But unfortunately, that's not been updated just yet, but that will do.
And to your left.
Hmm?
And to the left.
And to my left. Oh, hello, Evo. What an entry. If water was this fussy in real life, the Titanic would never have sunk. Thank you, Evo. I think that's definitely worth putting on a t-shirt, I think. I'm a historian. I'm allowed to say things like that. Okay. Evo, what do you think about my Roman-esque inspired pillared walkway through the woods? Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like in the dark. Triclaw merch when? When you start doing merch, Evo. You've got a lot more followers than I do. We do. Hello, Colt. Welcome to the stream. Did anyone suggest any carnivores for in here? I don't think they did. Let's rock off that side. Won't rock off that side. We'll just have the rocks on that side. I'm not going to do Australopithecus. Pyroraptor. We could do Pyroraptor. No, we could go for something a little larger. I would say this paddock is easily big enough for something larger. Ah, finicky editing. I'm still editing my finicky editing video. Sarcastically, you know full well what that suggestion will result in. A pair of Albertosaurus is called. I like that, actually. I think Albertosaurus is interesting enough that it would get people to pay more money to come to this particular second resort. And I think it's not too big. So I don't think we would have any of those particular problems. Kind of what I want to do is kind of like have a sort of fountain-like arrangement at this end. I'm just going to move this upwards. Not too much. I'm actually going to delete these rocks. Just because I want to make this look better. Give that end a bit more water. And then we'll put the rocks in again. Ah, I always press the wrong tab for rocks. I always think they're under decorations, and they're not. They're under environment. There we go. Oh yeah, that's why. Right. This is a really silly thing to get annoyed about. Why is it that the trees are under decorations, but the rocks are under environment? Surely they should be both under environment? That's why it always confuses me. Get it sorted out, Frontier. Our rocks. Let's plant some flowers in here. Very nice. Oh, I'm happy with that. I think that looks very cool. Yes. Because Frontier. Yes, exactly. It would make too much sense, for sure. Okay, a pair of Albertosaurus. Since we're going to have a pair of Albertosaurus, I suppose it makes sense for them to be male and female. So, perusing my database, what are my male and female options for Albertosaurus? Bum, bum, bum. So there's Gambia River Basin, which is reds, Killian Mountains, which is sort of white greys, and Amazon Rainforest, which I believe is green. Let's go with the Gambia River Basin. So Gambia River Basin and Pelophylax is the male. And the matching female skin is Sonoran Desert and Rana. Oh, wonderful. They're all aggressive. I'm sure it won't matter. Okay, let's go and get the male in here. Oh, I've just realised I need to put in the feeders, don't I? Bonk. We'll put in plenty of trees at this end. Hello, Chopper. Plenty of ginkgo. Careful not to put too many trees here, because otherwise no one will see what we're doing. Put in some of the tropical brush here. Lovely. Some fibrous plants over near the fountain, just to again make it look a bit more natural. Put in a few flowers, because flowers make every enclosure better. And then a few sandy patches. Just to have a bit of different colour to the terrain. There we go, all ready for our mating pair of Albertosaurus. Can't starve them like Evo. Indeed not. Evo starves all of her dinosaurs. I've seen it. You know, I've been carefully keeping track. I have a log of all of the terrible things Evo has done to her dinosaurs. I joke. Eva only did it because I told her. No, I joke again. Right, let's put in... I feel like our Albertosaurus are definitely obelisk worthy. Rude. Everybody has to have a hobby. Sarcastically, are you inferring that Evo's hobby is starving dinosaurs? Rude, but totally true. I mean, at least Evo only does it by accident, whereas those Dilophosaurus I starved to death on JWE1, I starved them deliberately to death. So... Fletcher, next enclosure we need is Nasutos and Pachyrhinosaurus. Why? Why do we have to have those? Oh, I better go and grab the other Albertosaurus. Yeah, Fletch, that was just mean. Ganging up on me now, huh? Sand, because they're small and never featured in a park. Yeah, but I'm not sure they're like amazing enough. Plus, we've already got a ceratopsian in the park. We've got Cosmosaurus, and I want this park has to be, you know, have to have a range of dinosaurs in it. They can't all be ceratopsians or sauropods. What shall we call? What shall we call our male Albertosaurus? What shall we name him? He seems insistent on just roaring at nothing in particular. Albert the Albertosaurus. I think we can come up with something. Alfred the Albertosaurus. Name the Albertosaurus sarcastic. Albert is one of the most generic names for an Albertosaurus. I mean, they're supposed to be a mating pair, so we're obviously we're going to need... Is there a particular TV or film couple? Loudmouth seems appropriate. Rude. Fat Albert can be used for Alberto. Oh, I know, actually, yeah. Ooh, Symphony and Concerto. I like that, actually. So, Symphony. Oh, and here comes Concert. So that's our male skin. So it's the deep red with the white belly and the the orange patches. And the female is basically a less vibrant version of that. Concerto. Symphony and Concerto. Our male pair, our mating pair of Albertosaurus. Are you going to do your idle animation? You are. Oh, look at that. Getting along already. Lovely. And I think their home looks rather snazzy with a little fountain arrangement. Close your eyes, kids. Yeah. They don't want to see that. How's our Styxosaurus doing? Very happy. This is what I've nicknamed the tiger bread skin. It's like this dark orange with a lighter orange top, but it's marbled like tiger bread. So I've nicknamed it the tiger bread skin. Let's actually turn the lighting down. I want to see what the park looks like in the dark. Giraffe bread, exactly. Sarcastically, giraffe bread. So here is our sort of shopping, well, not shopping area, it's our food and restaurants in the initial area, which I think looks rather nice with the deep orange lighting. And we have our flaming obelisks for the Albertosaurus. Oh, I think we need to change the lighting for... Let's give the Albertosaurus a deep red light on the fountains. Any other lights to change? Oh, this one here. What should we... That orange? To match the surrounding... buildings? Yeah, I think that works. And our carnivorous red fountain light at the end. Shall we go down into here and have a look? And then we have our lava fault line with its many bubbles and many vents. Might do a little extra because I think the rest of the lagoon is maybe a little sparse. Let's just put in. Let's have a look. Let's have one of the. Let's have the Jurassic Park 3 boat. And then let's just put some vents quite kind of around it, just to make it look like it's kind of landed on the vents, and then put some like a fault line in front of it. And then we'll change those to the blood red that we've been using for the lava. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Just something else, because that side of the lagoon was looking kind of empty, I feel. Can we have a look at the view? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that side is in shadow, so it doesn't really matter, but that side, it was very obviously a bit empty. Ooh. Hello there, Styxo. I can't tell if the water is clearer or not. They say they've made it clearer, but I don't think by much. Oh, I've had that too, sarcastically. I've had entire aviaries go completely silent with absolutely no noise inside them whatsoever. Ah. I like this. I think this is very cool. Might change the color of the lights. If you can't tell, then it's not clear enough. Exactly. I feel like instead of just trying to change the clarity setting themselves, they should just have given it as an option. Like, you can now select up to certain... You can select a range of clarity for the water. So, you know, if you want it murky for the atmosphere, you could do that. Or if you want it completely clear, you can do that. I feel like that would have been a better idea than just say, we've changed the water to make it clearer, and then we're all going, have you? I feel like we need to carry on the sort of the fire. They're a bit too wide there. They would fit in. I don't know, I want to use these somewhere else. I want to stick to the kind of Jurassic Park flags and pillars, so I'll figure out what to do with those little gaps later. I wonder if the lights aren't showing from the viewing point of the Clarity Tinker. Well, me and Evo both reported that to Jurassic World Evolution, to Frontier, and said, like, you know, it's not working. And they are aware of the bug, and they're looking into it. Just typical Frontier, really, isn't it? They had a feature and it's broken on release. What time is it? Not entirely 100% sure. We'll get another area of the park done. Okay, I feel like we need big circle here. Big circle? I don't know, actually. I feel like I need to clear some of this plant life. That's a fact. I want to have a look at the elevation. Oh, that's making trees. Nope. Go away, trees. So why does it cost money to take trees down? Like, all of that lumber and stuff, you could sell that and make a fortune. But no, it's like, oh, you're chopping a tree down, that's going to cost you a lot of money. Why? Wood is a building resource like any other. Maybe it's all the green charges. It's like, you're chopping down innocent, defenseless trees. We're going to charge you money for doing it. So this always made me laugh about environmentalism. It's like, when a company gets found to have done the dirty to the environment, we fine them money. But that doesn't solve the problem that has occurred to the environment. No, we don't ever say to them, you must go and tidy up the mess that you've made, or you must adequately show that you're making changes or anything. So no, we're going to fine you money. But the environment is still buggered. As opposed to all the rampant malicious trees. Trees can be malicious. Dropping their branches all over the show. I kind of want this area to be actually quite a bit lower. Because the map is kind of split into three, like all the maps in this game seem to be, apart from a couple of them. You've basically got three areas. We got the first area, we've got this large middle area, and then we've got this other area here. So I kind of want this side to be actually a bit lower. Go away, water. So we'll make this side of the park lower than the other side. And it also means that as you come off that walkway, obviously you're higher up than the rest of the park, so you get a nice view of this area of the park. If hybrids were ever added to Jurassic World Evolution 2, they need to look at Chaos Effect, Jurassic Live, or Jurassic World the game. I think the problem with all of those particular ideas, Dinosaur King, is they don't have the license for them. And this is something I think people kind of forget about how copywriting and licensing works. Everyone has access to different bits. Like the people who have access to, you know, the copyrights for Jurassic World the game, or the Chaos Effect toy line, or Jurassic World Alive, are not necessarily the same people. Like, Universal gives them the license, but that doesn't mean anyone can then go to other aspects that Universal own. Like, them going to the people that make the Chaos Effect toys, or the Jurassic World the game mobile app, they have the rights to their thing. So Frontier would then have to go and do a separate deal with that company. And then, obviously, they would have to then also ask Universal if it's okay to do that. And Universal are probably likely to go no. So it's a lot more complicated than just going to another company that has a Jurassic World product and going, can we use your stuff? It's like the bits from the Telltale game. They are kind of owned by Telltale, so... or were. Obviously Telltale doesn't exist anymore. Jurassic World the game has Spinoraptor and Ankylodocus. Yeah. In the same way that every dinosaur game ever has had T-Rex. The name of the dinosaur is not the thing that's necessarily protected by the copyright or the license. The look of the thing potentially is. I think that is actually the case. I think with the Jurassic the Jurassic Park like, that's why all the Jurassic Park toys have the little Jurassic Park logo stamped on them somewhere, because then they can claim that that depiction of that dinosaur in their toy line is licensed by themselves. Because obviously you can't copyright a dinosaur, but you can copyright your depiction of said dinosaur if you can prove that you own it. Copyright law is a wonderfully untransparent thing. I mean, there's also other things in there like fair use, which half the companies still don't seem to understand, and why so many YouTubers get smacked with copyright claims. Luckily, I've not had it too much. I did get smacked by Apple TV for doing my Prehistoric Planet reviews. Every single one of those got copyright claimed, and I had to argue the toss about each one, which was somewhat annoying. But to their credit, they did correct the error quite quickly, so it's not all bad. Yeah, nice. The Jurassic Park franchise is Universal's biggest moneymaker, isn't it? I don't think Universal has any other moneymaker. What else do they make apart from Jurassic Park? Like, as in terms of franchises, like, I know they do one-off movies, but in terms of franchises, what else do they have? Nothing springs instantly to mind. Jaws. Jaws isn't a franchise. E.T. isn't a franchise. We're talking like stuff like Jurassic World, dude. Things that have a lot of merchandising and everything behind it. Jaws, yeah, there's 5 movies for Jaws. Pitch Perfect. What even is that? I have not heard of that. Or if I have, it's not something I've thought about. Don't even. Okay then. Shan't ask. Jaws was still a big franchise, but for merchandise, Star Wars MCU have to be the biggest commercial ones. Love those movies, but they're not in Jurassic's league. Does Jurassic have a league though? I mean, apart from the first movie and maybe the second. And almost hear Evo like, is he gonna say the second one is terrible? Apart from the first film and perhaps the second, were the other, and Jurassic World, I would argue the other movies are kind of forgettable. Even though the box office says otherwise. I certainly won't be. The only time I'm going to be watching Dominion again is when me and Nerd Guy watch it, so that we can absolutely rip it to shreds. Unless he really likes it, in which case I'll just have to disown him. The gasps as cold. Oh dear, did I annoy a Dominion lover? I despised Fallen Kingdom, so I don't have high hopes for Dominion. Yeah, I think generally if you liked Fallen Kingdom, you probably like Dominion. I don't think it's too controversial to say that. We need some flowers in here. If we let Fletch rag on Dominion now, we'll be here all frickin' night. Exactly. I find it hard to compare the Park trilogy to the World trilogy. Yeah, they are quite different movies. I will agree, it's not easy to compare them. They both set out to do radically different things. Jurassic Park, Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 were movies of their time, and Jurassic World and that are movies of this time. That's me trying to be very diplomatic. Some nice little gardens in here. I feel like one of these really ought to be a seating area. Or there needs to be something else in here. Is this large enough for an enclosure? It's not. It's just not big enough. It's way too small. Maybe a lump. Put a lump in here. No, I want a smaller lump. How are you telling me you can't put much more than that many trees in there? You can put way more trees in that. Oh, the you'll put plenty of ginkgos in there. Blimey, this game sometimes. I'm happy with that. As the person with a film degree here, I'll say modern movies can be great, but then there are the World series. Hated Hoskins so much, reminded me of my dad. I'm curious, I'm almost tempted to ask him what way did he remind you of your dad, but then I also don't want to offend or anything. I've watched and will continue to watch the first 3 parks more than I'll ever watch the Jurassic Worlds. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same for everyone, I think. If, you know, the I don't want to say the proper fans, because that's gatekeeping. The general fan base. There we go. That's me being diplomatic again. Both loud and obnoxious and overbearing. Dude, I know what you mean. Well, the Albertosaurus are still in their enclosure, which is good. Kind of want to do something here. Should we just have like some like decorations here? Oh, Kai, I wish you'd update your fence mod. I know Kaidenic is wanting to update it, but at the moment it's kind of teaching the modding community a lesson because he's had some bad experiences. But I really do miss his fence mod. No environment tab. Masrani was the only saving grace of the movie, and they used him as a plot point to end an abused hybrid that was Hoskins' fault. Yeah, for me, I think Masrani was one of my favourite characters. And it was sad that he died early on in the COVID pandemic. Because I think he's one of the few characters I would like to see sort of come back quite a bit. Decorations to use here. Fountains, maybe? Ooh. Oh, that works rather well, actually. We'll have that. If in doubt, more pillars. Definitely seems to work. it's a bit heavy on the path over on this side, but this is the entrance of the park. It's supposed to be quite open. There's some more seating areas over here. I think that's okay. Obviously there's a few more elements to do. I need to decide what I want to put down the central walkway there. Oh, let's just... We need our little security elements. Oh, we can hide the security camera at the end where the fountain is. We can have our security camera in the middle there, just looking over the Styxo paddock. Yeah, I think this is coming along quite nicely. See you later, Fallout. Jurassic World was very much a fan service film. Nostalgia went with it. I would agree with you there. I think there was a lot of nostalgia baiting, which is okay, but yeah, exactly, sarcastically. The main problem with all the Jurassic World films is they focused too much on the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs were never the main sort of point of the Jurassic Park films. The Jurassic Park films are a lot like the original Alien movie in that regards, in that both the alien and the dinosaurs were on screen for a very short period of time. Whereas the Jurassic World movies, it kind of feels like half the movie was dinosaurs. You can't have a good movie if you're just going, here's some more dinosaurs. You've got to do kind of more than that. I'm actually curious what this all looks like from the first person. So we have our entrance. I probably want to put some small fountains and little arrangements here. Then we have the sort of entrance to the park, to the resorts. We have our restaurants. Over this side, we have some herbivores. We have our fountain there. We have one side of the Albertosaurus enclosure. Can't see anything there. I still think the scale seems wrong. People in this game seem to be too small compared to everything else. What have we got? So if we can just about see our one Cosmo and another Cosmo, the Aulora Titans over there. I think I could probably get away with putting more dinosaurs in. And we have our nice little garden, so we need to do something with the Spinosaurus skeleton, probably give it some nice lighting. I might change that hump, I don't really like it that much anymore. Might do something different with that. And I want to do something with the Styxosaurus area, because obviously these lagoon viewing things can only hold a certain number of people, so I kind of want a seating area or something out here, do some crowd management. But there's our Styxosaurus, not Styxosaurus enclosure. Good night, Evo. With our 2 sticks. Very nice. Our yellow-black glow one and our white-green glow one. And the volcanic fault line sort of enclosure. Next week I might do a video about how I'm making some sort of specific lagoon sort of biomes. Because we have the decorations now, but I think to get the best use out of them, you want to kind of design something as opposed to just plopping tons down all over the place. I do love this fountain. I think out of all of the decoration pieces, this fountain is my favourite. Just because there's so much we can do with that elsewhere in the park. Like, have it, if you're using mods that is, have it sort of in enclosures, have it as big fountain sort of focal point. There is so much more you can do with the decoration pieces with the mods. And I know it can be annoying for a lot of console players especially. But the way I see it is that I played the game unmodded for a good 4 weeks or so. You're giving away our whole review, says okay. I definitely need to finish that as well. Hopefully I'll get that done next week. Dinosaur King, I say in Dominion, where are the dinosaurs? Because the principal villain of the plot are giant locusts. Cries in console, says Cole. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, whenever I do my park walkthrough series, which if you haven't been watching that as Jurassic World Evolution players, do go and check that out. Where I'm building a park step by step. I do try to use both, obviously, mods, but I also try to show people how to do stuff without mods. Because I think a lot of good park building on Jurassic World Evolution 1 or 2 is all about doing things that modders and mods cannot teach you. You know, making nicely laid out paths and nicely laid out areas and enclosure design. Those sorts of things are not things that mods help with. So I always try to give non-modders and console players some ideas. It's alright, I'll get a good PC someday. That's the spirit. Sarcastically liked Dominion, but not simply because it got dinosaurs in it. It's a fan service movie. It was entertaining in itself for me personally. The plot had issues, and I can live with them. Good for you, sarcastically. For me, the plot had issues like the Titanic had a few leaks. But anyway, it's 11 o'clock here in Britain, so I'm going to save this park here, and we'll continue with this park in next Sunday's stream. We'll probably do something for the Albertosaurus, I think. We'll have some sort of Albertosaurus enclosure over here, I think, in this corner. And yeah, we'll just carry on. For now, I want to thank everyone for turning up. It's been a lot more of an active stream today, so I'm going to continue doing my streams later on a Sunday, because it seems that it gets more people's attention. You have a good night too, Colt, and everybody else enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And until next time, stay safe, people, and goodbye.